If she's sending you mixed signals, do this. Mixed signals are the bane of the dating scene. Navigating that space between the first date and the "what are we" conversation is like crawling through the dark room full of words and actions that basically don't quite add up. Like, the person you're dating hasn't responded to your last text, but they just watched your Instagram story. What the hell does that even mean? People aren't perfect at expressing what they mean or need, especially in dating. I mean, you don't know how the other person communicates. Heck, you might still need to get a handle on how you communicate yourself. True feelings and intentions are bound to get lost in translation. Then add contradictions like leaving you on red for days, then asking about your week and how you're doing to the mix. No wonder you're left feeling confused, disheartened, and maybe even a little insecure. Now, at the end of the day, the question is, should you stick it out or move on to the next person? I'll be right back. Welcome back. My name is Jessica and this is my YouTube channel. Today's video is sponsored by Passion Air and Lemonade Finance. I'll bring you details on that shortly. In the meantime, let's just jump right in. Lots to get through right here, right now. So get this. It's not uncommon for women to send mixed signals, okay? Some women send mixed signals on purpose, while others don't even know that they're actually doing that. Now, regardless of what type of signals a woman is sending you, at the end of the day, it's really up to you to decide whether you're going to respond to her, walk away, or ignore her. Now, this video seeks to address three things. Number one, why women give off mixed signals. Number two, the common mixed signals to look out for. And three, what to do when she does give you mixed signals. So why do people give off mixed signals? Now, keep in mind, you're not to blame for being on the receiving end of confusing messages from women. Now, it just means that the other person has a lot to straighten out and the mess is obviously affecting you. Mixed signals can be simply a miscommunication, or they can be an excuse to hold you at arm's length because, well, they don't want to commit. And people do that. Now, usually it's used to create distance and to slow down the pace of a relationship without actually talking about it. Before you tap that unfollow button, however, mixed signals can definitely mean that the other person isn't going all in on you, but that's not the only answer at play. Now, often those who give off mixed signals have avoidant attachment styles, a learned coping strategy where the person shies away from closeness and intimacy because it makes them uncomfortable. There's more to this, but that's another story, maybe for another video altogether. Now, they might appear super interested in you, but then they engage in sabotaging behavior that basically causes emotional or physical distance. Now, at this point though, let me share with you the 6 common mixed signals to look out for to save yourself a lot of trouble and headaches going forward. Before that though, quickly, I've got some great news for you if you're watching this video from the US, the UK, or Canada. Now, I don't know if you've heard about Lemonade Finance. It's a remittance app that allows you to send money to 10 African countries. Now, they currently have the best rates on the market, so all you have to do is to download the app with my referral link that I'll leave in the description below, and you get a 10% cash back on your first transaction above £100. You can also type in my code, JessicaOS, if you'd like to download the app directly from the App Store. And yeah, you know, you're pretty much good to go. So send money to all your friends and family back home in Africa. So what are the 6 most common mixed signals to look out for? Number 1, you don't get that call when you expect to. So who hasn't sat on their couch waiting for that all-important call from that special someone, or, you know, a text back from that person? Sure, the other person might be tied up at work, but if time goes on and they don't respond, you're basically allowed to feel a little off about it. Maybe they don't follow up for days after a great date, or only text when it's convenient for them. For me, it's shorthand that they're not totally into you. Number 2, they say they can't wait to see you again, but they're too busy to make plans. Look, we're in 2022, the year's almost ending. And we're all busy. We're juggling priorities. We're trying to make money. We're trying to make ends meet, right? If they want to spend time with you, they'll make it happen. If they aren't in a place in their life where they're able to prioritize a relationship, they may not be able to give you a commitment, no matter how well you get along or how much chemistry there is. So sorry, but better learn that now than later, okay? Forget about them. Number 3, they won't open up, but they expect you to. Now, a successful relationship requires an emotional connection, okay? There has to be something there. And being vulnerable is key to building a path towards that. So if you're the only one who's constantly expressing your true self whilst the other person is hiding or holding back, go figure. Number 4, she flirts with other people. Now, when she's a little too friendly with other men, when you guys are out together, you better sit up straight because something is just not right. When you bring it up, see if she gets defensive or if she tries to understand where you're coming from. She might not be ready for exclusivity. And if she's really into you, she shouldn't have an issue toning down any behaviors that make you truly uncomfortable when you're out together. And really, she has no business flirting with other guys in your presence. That's downright disrespectful. Number 5, you still haven't had the "what are we" conversation. Now, just when you think things are progressing, she dodges any conversation that approaches commitment, or worse, she will ghost you for a while. Watch out for the whole non-committal responses when you ask to hang out again, She'll say something like, "Oh yeah, that sounds fun," without throwing out a real time you guys can get together again. Now, if you're the only one reaching out, you could be more interested in them than they are in you. And finally, they won't show affection in public, but has no problem doing so when you are alone. Well, sometimes it can take a minute to get comfortable enough in a relationship to be that open about it. And yes, there are some women who are uncomfortable with PDA, public displays of affection, and I get that. But not acting like you're together in public can also make you feel like, well, the person is hot and cold or doesn't want to be seen with you at all, right? The sign someone is truly interested in you is when their actions actually match their words. Okay, keep that in mind. The next major question is, should you stop dating someone who's giving you mixed signals? And I guess this is what people really want to know. Now, this is what I want to suggest you do. One of 4 things, okay? Number 1, take the lead. One way to deal with a woman sending mixed signals is to pretty much grab the reins, all right, of the relationship and move forward. If a woman is interested in you and you make attempts to move things forward, chances are she'll go along with you, okay? On the other hand, if she's the type who just likes to flirt, your attempts at taking the next step will force her to tell you the truth about her feelings. Now, either way, taking action will give you a more clear idea of where she's at in her mind, right? If you move forward, she'll back off if she's not in the same space or on the same level as you, yeah? Number 2, play the game. Now, there's no reason you can't send mixed signals back to a woman who seems to go from hot to cold and back again. Now, if you notice her giving you sideways glances and waiting for a response, don't give her one. When she calls or texts after giving you a cold shoulder for 3, 4 days, 1 week, don't answer or text her back either. Play the same game and play it even better, right? Now, I'm not saying that this game will necessarily give you results, but at least it will send a message that she's not the only one who can send mixed signals. Now, if she actually likes you, she may straighten up and fly straight. If she doesn't like you, then at least it was fun playing that game and she will probably stop. Either case, in either way, at least you will know where you stand. Number 3, get the inside scoop. So it's no secret that girls talk to each other about everything. Now, if a woman you're into is sending mixed signals, do a little investigating. Getting information will be much easier if you and your lady friend have mutual friends that know about the situation. If you don't happen to share close friends, try to talk to one of her friends that you've already met. Approaching one of her friends that you don't know might not make the best impression, since maybe there's a good chance that the friend is going to tell her basically that you've already asked, right? So go down, do a little investigation, talk to them, see where their friend is at. They might be able to give you some insights, and it will help you there. And finally, the other option might be to just walk away. Now, if you're the type of guy who doesn't have the time for nonsense and games, a simple solution to a woman sending mixed signals is to move on to someone else. Now, while it may be that the woman sends mixed signals because she doesn't want to make things too easy for you, some women also enjoy playing hard to get. It becomes clear after a certain point that she's just messing with you. Now, if she's sending mixed signals from the beginning, decide how long you're going to allow it to go on. After your specified period of time, if she isn't looking like she wants to take the relationship further, say your goodbyes and move on. In conclusion, mixed signals are negative signals in disguise. My 2 cents. Ultimately, the antidote is to pay attention to her actions more than words. At the end of the day, if you're left confused about someone's intentions, they probably are not that into you. And that is the real takeaway from this video. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, smash the like button, share it with someone else who might find it beneficial, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. My name is Jessica. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.